1.2 million illegal immigrants that are estimated to be in our country, over 2 million of them could have gained citizenship through this act. Since the failure to pass the act, Obama has not revisited the issue of immigration, one that is consistently costing our country millions in healthcare and education. We cannot afford to have a president for the next 4 years who will spend money overseas on protecting people there but will not spend the money here to protect us. Thank you.
We will now hear our third affirmative constructive speaker, Ms. Allie Farron.
Mr. Chairman, esteemed colleagues, honorable judges, and worthy opponents, I am here today to inform you of all the domestic policy changes President Obama has made while in office, and because of them are among the many reasons why he should be re-elected in 2012. First of all, President Obama understands that America has to out-educate the rest of the world to be competitive in the global economy, and he has therefore made education a national priority the past couple of years in office. In 2010, the Obama administration implemented Race to the Top, which is a program that rewards schools that best demonstrate how they are preparing students for college and a career. Since 2010, the administration has awarded Race to the Top to 11 states, which has helped 13.6 million students, 980,000 teachers in 25,000 schools. On September 23, 2011, President Obama announced that his administration would provide relief from the No Child Left Behind Act. This relief is aimed to help states move forward with education reforms that are based in rigorous college and career-ready standards, state-developed accountability systems that reward progress and address achievement gaps, and meaningful educator evaluation systems that support increased student achievement. Additionally, President Obama has taken action to build the foundation for a clean energy economy, tackle the issues of climate change, and protect our environment. Under Obama's watch, the Environmental Protection Agency has proposed the first national standards for mercury emissions and other dangerous chemicals from coal and oil-fired power plants. These rules will help clear our skies of pollutants that can make health problems like asthma or bronchitis worse. This is expected to save up to 17,000 lives each year. Finally, President Obama believes that America prospers when we're all in it together. He has also expanded opportunity for every American by taking steps to make things more equal so everyone plays by the same rules. For example, the President has signed the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. This act restores basic protections against pay discrimination for women and other workers. Another example is that Obama pushed for the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell in his first State of the Union address. He followed through with this when he signed the Don't Ask, Don't Tell Repeal Act of 2010. And on September 20th, 2011, the discriminatory law Don't Ask, Don't Tell was formally repealed. All these domestic policies, education, environment, and the environment, and are actions that Obama has taken while president, and are reasons that he should be reelected into office in 2012. Thank you.
We'll now hear our third negative constructive speaker, Ms. Emma Raymond.
Mr. Chairman, esteemed colleagues, and honorable judges, Obama should not be re-elected president in the 2012 election because in his term in office, Obama's jobs plans have not been completely successful. During the Obama administration, the unemployment rate rose to its highest in 20 years, 10%, in October 2009. The unemployment rates have failed to return to its original 7.8% from before Obama was inaugurated. In late 2009, Obama introduced a stimulus plan that cost the nation $787 billion. The plan has been considered to be a failure because it didn't create enough jobs to fix the unemployment rates. In addition, the amount of federal funding has increased immensely during Obama's years in office due to his stimulus plan. In September 2011, Obama created the American Jobs Act, which is similar to his original stimulus plan. His policies include tax cuts, extending unemployment compensation, infrastructure spending, creating tax relief for every American, and modernizing and rebuilding American buildings and schools. Obama's American Jobs Act will be costly for the nation because Obama intends for all expenses to be paid for by the government as part of the long-term deficit reduction plan. Such expenses include cutting payroll taxes in half, costing $65 billion, and immediate surface transportation, costing $50 billion, to name a few. In total, Obama's jobs plan will cost $447 billion, a federal expense the U.S. economy cannot afford. In addition, Obama plans on creating unemployment reforms and extensions, and a tax credit for long-term unemployed. An increase in employment compensation may encourage people to stay on unemployment instead of seeking full-time jobs when the economy recovers. Lastly, Obama hasn't provided much insight into his future plans for creating jobs for our nation if he was to be reelected. Obama's recent State of the Union address was focused on creating more jobs by changing environmental policies and removing global outsourcing. He wishes to stop outsourcing by removing tax incentives for companies who outsource and reward those who don't. However, this will not be beneficial to big companies in the U.S. because these companies rely on the cheap labor from foreign countries. With an increase in labor costs, companies will have to increase product costs, damaging the economy. Obama's past jobs plans have not fully helped the nation with the recent unemployment rates. In addition, his lack of relaying detailed future plans for creating jobs if he were to be reelected is one of the reasons why Barack Obama should not be reelected president. Thank you.
We will now hear our fourth and final affirmative constructive speaker, Mr. Aaron Brown.
Mr. Chairman, esteemed colleagues, worthy opponents, honorable judges. I stand before you today to tell you why Barack Obama deserves to be re-elected president based on his first term performance. He has many economic achievements in his first term. When he was elected in 2008, he was faced with a very tough economic situation. The economy was contracting and action needed to be taken. He wasted no time and proposed and signed the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, providing for government spending, successfully stimulating the economy. It provided tax cuts, unemployment benefits, education, healthcare, and job creation. According to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, about 1.4 to 3.3 million more people had jobs than would have without the stimulus. And the CBO analysis reports that the act prevented it from going up, prevented unemployment from going up 0.7 to 1.8%. Another economic achievement Obama has in his first term is that he prevented two major auto industry companies from going bankrupt by bailing them out in 2009. Obama bailed them out by buying stock in these companies and giving them loans. Obama prevented the loss of all of the jobs in these auto companies. Not only did he save those jobs, but he also prevented the loss of all of the jobs from companies that depend on these large auto companies, such as auto parts manufacturers. At the time, there were forecasts that if these two companies went down, about 1 million jobs would be lost. By taking action, Obama prevented an extreme rise in unemployment. And much of the bailout money has been paid back already. Chrysler has paid back all of the loans given to them in 2009, and GM has paid back $23 billion to the Treasury. Thirdly, Obama signed a 2% payroll tax cut, which benefited the economy. It helped the middle class by reducing tax wages. The average worker saved about $1,000 in taxes. In a time of recession, encouraging more consumer spending by providing them with more take-home pay would be expected to help the economy. In times like these, we need a president who isn't afraid to spend a little money to benefit the country. He has all of these economic achievements. Obama, 2012. Thank you.
We will now hear our fourth and final negative construction speaker of the day, Scott Blackwell.
Worthy opponents, esteemed colleagues, honorable judges, and Mr. Chairman. In October of 2007, during his presidential campaign, Barack Obama promised to, quote, set a hard cap on all carbon emissions at a level that scientists say is necessary to curb global warming, an 80% reduction by 2050, with incremental goals. In 2008, he pledged to restore the Superfund program, an act that would hold industrial polluters accountable and mandate that they clean up toxic waste sites that they have created. Unfortunately, the American people were faced with a sad disappointment when, come time for Obama to take office, these were just two examples of the numerous promises of environmental policy changes that he failed to keep. Unlike Obama's inspiring campaign promises, the energy plan he has actually proposed is not only inadequate, it is a destructive, short-term resolution of which we may soon witness the consequences. This plan includes opening the Atlantic coastline for offshore drilling for the first time in history. In addition, it advocates hydraulic shale fracturing, or fracking, as an energy source that Obama argues is cleaner than oil or coal. Fracking, for those unfamiliar with the term, is the fracturing of deep shale wells in which a cocktail of water, sand, and chemicals is injected to extract natural gas. Contrary to Obama's claims, fracking is, in fact, extremely harmful to the environment, releasing vast quantities of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, elevating levels of radioactive material, and injecting hundreds of carcinogenic chemicals into the water table. Just imagine what kind of toxins could be in the water that you're drinking right now if fracking were implemented as a major energy source in the United States. But perhaps the most disappointing and frightening aspect of Obama's environmental performance in office is his failure to lead an effective campaign against climate change, a topic that he had previously identified as one of his top priorities. President Obama has had the opportunity to be the single most influential American regarding the public point of view on this topic. However, worried about protecting his chances of getting reelected, he has stayed clear of the hotly debated subject. He is now virtually absent in the debate with climate change deniers. This means that the public is being fed unsubstantiated, unscientific information that remains unchallenged by the man who was thought to be one of its fiercest opponents. At this point, it's time for the American people to make a statement to President Obama. A statement insisting that walking the middle ground should never take precedent over the well-being of the earth and all its inhabitants, including the present and future citizens of the United States. Thank you.
Thank you, speakers. This concludes our constructive arguments, and rebuttals will be held next Tuesday. Thank you.